This project is in the business and new economic models, and we still have, after Roberto Renino, we're going to have one more project, and guys, we're almost there. So the next one is super exciting, like all of you guys here. This is, in a way, a partnership, Lebanese, Italian, and it deals actually with food security, which I find it really fantastic because, you know, both Italy and Lebanon, they have some of the best food in the whole world. Roberto, the floor is yours. Please take us 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna stop you for a second. Go.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay, good morning. Thanks for the introduction and this opportunity to participate to the Med Youth Forum. My name is Roberto Renino. I'm presenting a project on food security in the post-pandemic scenario. The project is called Lebanon Farmers Souk and is developed with a close collaboration between Studi Internazionale, a think tank based in Napoli, and Hiba Shur, a fellow colleague member of Amel Association International, a prominent Lebanese NGO where I also worked during last year. We have three main goals with our project. The first is support local farmers and food producers, build capacities in sustainable food production, and create a self-sufficient and interactive network among the beneficiaries. Thanks to the widespread presence all over Lebanon of our partner NGO, we will locate the place to implement our project in a rural area that might have the best preconditions to successfully begin our activities, and we might start in the area of Trablus of the city of Tripoli in the north. The implementation will follow four main phases, and will go from gathering local farmers and food producers, then fundraising, appealing to local, regional, and international donors, then capacity building sessions and trainings involving experts on food security, sustainable food production in order to wisely use the available resources and to decrease production-related waste, and then disseminate knowledge on home agriculture and food processing to develop small businesses of production, retail, and delivery. The beneficiaries will be residents of Lebanon of any nationality, including refugees, migrant workers, regardless of their gender or religious belief. The trainings will be organized especially for the youth, and we aim to include people between 18 and 35 age, resident both in urban and rural areas, while farmers and producers will benefit from the network created to harmonize their production and retail business. After having created a first functioning hub in one area, we aim to expand to neighboring villages and different provinces of Lebanon, and we hope also that this initiative will have a positive impact not only in Lebanon, but also in other countries in the region, so in the rest of the Middle East and North Africa. Consider the peculiar situation that we're facing now in the whole world. Of course, we have to take into account risk analysis, surveys in order to find the best way to implement our activities and to put in place this very ambitious project. But we're very confident on our capacities and especially on the Lebanese people's desire to rise and fight back this situation of despair. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Roberto. I did not want to stop you, but you're right on time. Tell me, this project, you know, the success of this project really deals with the quality of your partners in Lebanon. And so tell me a little bit about the partners. And that's one. The second question, tell me exactly where do you stand in the development of this project? And are you worried about finances? And you've actually already answered one of my questions, which is, do you have any plans to expand? And clearly, once successful in one place, it seems that this project could actually scale up to many different areas in Lebanon and maybe even countries. Syria, for example?
Yeah, Syria, I mean, is like the the closest neighbor, of course. It's like probably the easiest path to go. But to answer to your first question, our partner Amel is a very eradicated reality in Lebanon. Is the biggest non-sectarian NGO in Lebanon, and it's a Lebanese NGO. So we rely on the existing already of projects of food security scattered around Lebanon, because the NGO that we are partnered with, they have several centers, not only based on food security, but they also operate with education, protection, and education. both of Lebanese and Syrian refugees. So they actually encompass all the people that have vulnerabilities in Lebanon. So they're really experts on what they're doing. So we can put our ideas together with their capacities on the ground. That's basically for the feasibility of the project. Also the financing, still, the NGO has a lot of connection, has a lot of already appealing of funds for the other projects that they're putting in place. And we can contribute with other, as I was saying, fundraising and calls for international donor, regional ones. And I think that like food security projects are really appealing also because of something that are fundamental, especially in this situation of crisis, but not only in the COVID-19 situation, but also to prevent other crises and to be able to deal with next and future crises and challenges that Lebanon will face.
Roberto, thank you very, very much. Wonderful project now. And at this point, I'd like to actually invite Roberto Renino with Lebanon's Farmers Souk. And Roberto, we're going to keep just a couple of minutes here for you and I to chat. And what is in my mind is, really behind every great entrepreneur, there is a story. So tell me, what has inspired you to start this? And in 2025, when you and I meet at MED again, where will you be? And where will the souk be? Maybe even in 2030. So the floor is yours. Take a minute and a half. And Roberto?
Well, first of all, thanks everybody for this opportunity again. And I'm very happy. And probably also my colleagues in Lebanon will be. Well, it's probably the most complicated question like of any time. But I started this idea because I actually worked in Lebanon also with this association, with this NGO in Lebanon. I did research, especially in conflict resolution and conflict analysis. I actually studied the mediation process between ISIS and Lebanon in the border between Syria and Lebanon. So I was studying there, and then I get to know better the reality of Lebanon, especially the refugees, the camps, and everybody who's working actually to try to solve or at least to make the situation a little better. So I also wanted to contribute to this big and endless quest, I think. So at the moment, I'm actually working in the context of pandemic because here in Torino, I'm working in the contact tracing for the contagion of the COVID-19. So I don't know, in 5 years, I really don't know where I will be, but hopefully working in a conflict resolution situation and peace building maybe, but also without forgetting all this situation, especially food security, because it's probably the highest concern related to conflicts, wars, and everything, because we can talk about conflict, we can talk about politics, whatever, but people on the ground, the first thing that they need is food anyways. So taking an eye on the complex system, not only on conflict, not only on food security is the most important thing. So I'll try to develop these skills and develop this, I don't know, feasibility of projects and everything. Hopefully to see you again in the next years. And hopefully to see this project implemented as it should be. Yes, that's hopefully it will work.
Thank you so much. Very inspiring.
Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional for the things.
Well, as you should be. This is very moving what you and all of them, all the entrepreneurs have done. So again, thank you for your contribution.